The 92.5 XTU X Lounge.
So my name is Walker Hayes. Thanks for taking time out of your day and y'all being in here. I'm going around the world telling everybody about myself and singing my songs because I have a single. I'm super excited to have a single. Haven't had a single in forever, so I'm glad to have one and it be doing well. My first song I'm going to sing for y'all is called Dollar Store. I love a dollar store. All of my songs are 100% true, even the silly ones. And they're about, you know, have to do with something in my life. Speaking of my 6 kids, that's where we go on their birthday. That's where we party, and they can all kind of get each other something. And yeah, so I wrote a song about a dollar store. It's on my 8 tracks. It's just a fun song, really, to introduce this loop station that I travel with. And I go everywhere with it. I named it Loop Brian. And it's how I build tracks just live right now when I don't play with a band. So all of my songs are 100% true. You can really get all that at the dollar store, by the way, for sure. And it's pretty amazing. And yeah, I just have had an incredible couple of years. You know, 2 years ago, I was working at Costco, stocking produce. Thought it had all, you know, I thought it had all ended as far as the artist career was concerned, and then really was just writing songs, hoping that maybe some of these up and coming cats and these famous guys like Luke Bryan and stuff like that would maybe cut some of my songs. But I was pitching songs to this guy named Shane McAnally, who is my producer. He produces my album. I don't know if y'all have heard of him. Huge songwriter, 25 plus #1 songs. Body Like a Back Road was his most recent, you know, earth-shattering single that he's written. Produced several people, Sam Hunt, Casey Musgraves, etc. But really what happened, short story of me, how I got to come back is when I was working at Costco, Shane was one of the people who would actually return my emails or, you know, listen to anything I sent at that point in my life. And I would send him songs, and he was like, man, I cannot get, for instance, Jake Owen. He was working on a Jake Owen project, and he was like, man, you know, Jake Owen won't cut this song, but I want to cut these things on you. So that's kind of how I got a chance to come back. But I say this all to tell you the reason why I wrote this next song. It's called Beautiful. And so I would turn in songs like Dollar Store to Shane, and he loved them. And he was like, man, your thing is words. You know, you do a lot of work. When you do that rapid fire thing, that is awesome and super hooky. But he was like, how about giving me something with not a lot of words, you know, to make it more special when you do words. Anyway, so I kept on writing songs, and I kept on turning in songs, and honestly, they got wordier and wordier. And then he was like, no, really, cool it on the words. And it kind of got, he didn't get like real abrasive, but I could sense in his email, he was like, I'm tired of telling you. No words. And so I kind of took offense. I went home and I was like, I'm gonna write the dumbest song you've ever heard, where I just say the same line twice in the chorus, and I'll show you that you missed my words. And you'll be like, where are the words at? Turns out I was wrong. I wrote this song called Beautiful, and everybody loved it. And you just say the same line twice in the chorus, but it's a true story. It's called Beautiful, and it's about I met my wife in 11th grade. We didn't get married, obviously, then, but we dated from then till after college, and we were on and off again like crazy, always on and off again. Pretty much every other weekend since we started dating, we broke up and then got back together, and we were those people. But we took a whole year off after college. We just had enough of it. We were like, what are we doing? We look like idiots. We're embarrassing, you know, as a couple. Like, I don't even know whether it's, you know, my parents won't even bring you up because they don't know if we're dating or not. And it was that bad. And so we took a year off and didn't see each other for about 11 months. And we collided at a wedding. I was supposed to sing at it, and she was in it. And when I saw her at the rehearsal dinner, it made my stomach hurt, and I had to call a girl that I was semi-hanging out with in Chapel Hill and be like, hey, I saw Lainey, it made my stomach hurt. I don't think me and you are going to really work out. And we were engaged soon. So this song's called Beautiful. Hope you like it. So next, I'm gonna just go ahead and play the single, and I got two more for you if you got time. And the single, I'm super proud of it. I feel like when we wrote it, we just had a feeling, you know, that there was maybe a great intro to kind of my new stuff and how I've evolved over the years. But on the surface, the single is called "You Broke Up With Me." On the surface, it's just about a guy, you know, who he's obviously been dumped recently, but he's back on the scene. He's back in the bar or wherever, party or something. He's feeling good about himself. He's been working out, maybe, and he's feeling fit. He's got his self-esteem back, and he's not even with his boys. He's that confident. And in comes the ex, and she's a little bit bummed that he's not bummed at all, and she's sad, but he doesn't feel guilty. He's like, "Hey, you broke up with me," and that's a great feeling. I don't know if anyone's felt that, but it's awesome. And the way I can relate is, you know, like I said, when Lainey and I were on and off again a bazillion times, it was like when we would see each other out, it was always who could be the happiest. So you know, if she walked in and I was drunk and sad, you know, as soon as she walked in, I was like, "What? Good. I'm fine. How are you? You look great. This is my girl over there." You know, so yeah, I can feel that. But honestly, the truth behind the song too is I've been in Nashville 12 years, and I've had record deals and I've lost record deals, and I know what it feels like. When you have one, everybody wants to be your buddy. And when you have one and you have a kid, everybody sends you edible arrangements and stuffed animals and flowers and all kinds of stuff. But when you have a kid, after you lose a record deal, you don't get no edible arrangements. And your phone doesn't ring and no one wants to collaborate. But what's cool is now, you know, now that this project got underway, I started getting texts from people who vanished, and they were like, "Miss you, bud." And I was like, "You missed me like 3 years ago." And so my thought was, you broke up with me. So that's the real where this song came from. So I heard you like it. So sing it with me if you know it. Here we go. Well, I got some coke in my bourbon, surfing a room like Swayze. I ain't drunk, I'm amazing. Yeah, I got that laid way back in my swagger, X Factor, feeling no pain. I'm at the top of my game. I said, you can't crash my party with your sorries and what always. Don't be raining on my Mardi Gras parade for a minute. Well, I ain't even fixing to listen to your guilt tripping, your forgetting. Girl, you made your bed and didn't want me in it. I said, whoa, girl, simmer on down tonight. Ain't nobody making you watch me get my forget you on. No, girl, can't touch my good as gold. I know it's difficult to see me on a roll, but you broke up with me. Yeah, what can I say, babe? You broke up with me. 2, 3, 4. Guess you don't know what you want till you see you're moving on. Making lonely look like freedom, baby. Don't even act like I'm doing something wrong. If my song comes on and I get lost on that dance floor in somebody's arms that ain't yours, you can't crash my party with your sorries and what always. Don't be raining on my Mardi Gras parade for a minute. Well, I ain't even fixing to listen to your guilt tripping, your forgetting. Girl, you made your bed and didn't want me in it. I said, whoa, girl, simmer on down tonight. Ain't nobody making you watch me get my forget you on. No, girl, can't touch my good as gold. I know it's difficult to see me on a roll, but you broke up with me. Yeah, what can I say, babe? You broke up with me. For real, babe, I ain't trying to rub it in your face. I'm just breaking off a little cold hard truth. It is what it is, girl. You did what you did, girl. I'm just doing what a bachelor do. Said, darling, you can't crash my party with your sorries and what always. Don't start raining on my Mardi Gras parade for a minute. Well, I ain't even fixing to listen to your guilt tripping, your forgetting. Girl, you made your bed and didn't want me in it. I said, whoa, girl, simmer on down tonight. Ain't nobody making you watch me get my forget you on. No, girl, can't touch my good as gold. I know it's difficult to see me on a roll, but you broke up with me. Yeah, what can I say, babe? You broke up with me. Thank you. I appreciate it. And this last song is just my favorite song. It's called Leadless Stars. And I wrote this, I started this song about 2 years ago when I was at Costco. And what happened was I drove a 03 Honda Accord, and the ceiling just ripped off one day. I was driving down the highway with the windows down, and it just came down and started flapping around like a blanket. I turned off the road, and I wadded it up in a big knot, and I drove home. And then I Googled, when I got home, I Googled how you fix this for free, and thumbtacks was the answer. Many people, the same thing had happened, and they fixed it with thumbtacks. And my daughter, who was 9 at the time, was like, "Dad, I got some thumbtacks." So she went and brought this big, huge, clear box down, and they were pink and purple and green and blue thumbtacks. And so we sat out on the street, and we just had a great time just sitting in the yard with the seats reclined, and we were climbing around just tacking those up. And her name's Leela, so of course she did L's and hearts and all kinds of goofy stuff everywhere. It wasn't the manliest ceiling I've ever had, but it was cute. And she was like, "Ah, they're stars," and I was like, "Ah, it's fixed." And I was just glad that it was fixed, because those tough times, I didn't need anything else to break in my life at that moment, because that's kind of what was happening to my dreams, is they were breaking. But I went to Costco the next morning. I used to clock in at 4 a.m. and it was like between 3:30 something, whatever. I think I say 3:42 in the song. I don't really know, so don't quote me on that in the song, or tell people that I'm lying. It was around there. Anyway, I digress. I was about to clock in, and I looked up and I saw these stars, and I thought, man, I need to quit whining. I've got it so good. My kids are happy. They're fed. And we were struggling, but they didn't know it, and they didn't care. And so I wrote this song called Leadless Stars about those thumbtacks. So I hope you enjoy my stuff, and thanks for loving my song. Appreciate that.